starting with the Grand Valley State Lakers, Mason Dox, Jalen Charity, and William Dunn, the three men that we highlighted in our open. But Trevor Smith Jr. and Ethan Aldering will be in there as well. And for the Boilermakers, three returners, Braden Smith, Fletcher Lawyer, Trey Kaufman, Wren, and two freshmen track the lineup, Jakari Harris from Atlanta, Georgia, and Daniel Jacobson, the 7'3" man from Chicago, Illinois.
I'm really excited about the two freshmen getting the start tonight. Jakari Harris, one of the more touted defensive players coming in on this roster this season. He's a really great on-ball defender. We'll have to see how that progresses here this evening. Daniel Jacobson trying to fill the large shoes of Zach Edey. Jacobson comes in around 7'3", 7'4", similar to the two-time National Player of the Year in Edey, so we'll have to see how he's able to fill those shoes here early on in this season out of the five.
They've also got some very talented freshmen on their bench as well. C.J. Cox from Massachusetts. He's one of the most underrated prospects that came out of high school in this class.
Well, and that's what's exciting about this being an exhibition game is you're going to get one final look. You're going to get a lot of guys minutes here tonight that normally wouldn't once the season starts, trying to find the starting five for Matt Painter this season and the couple of guys that are going to come off the bench.
So obviously a couple of still returners for Purdue that will start on the bench. Miles Colvin among them, Caleb First, and then also Camden Heidi, who had an increased role last season for the Boilermakers. GVSU will have a couple of returners as well. Mason Dox is going to be in the starting lineup. Obviously, he is going to be their point guard for today.
Well, and Grand Valley State, Division II, this is a team that, it's a momentum game tonight. Grand Valley State needs to get started early. They need to get up on Purdue here at home. This is a tough environment to play in, especially with the paint crew sold out again for the 73rd consecutive time. So if I'm Grand Valley State, I want to get out early, start running, get up and get a score early on, try to get ahead of the Boilers.
GVSU in the away blacks heading to the left. Purdue in the home whites heading to the right. Jacobson and Aldering will fight for the opening tip. And Jacobson wins it. And we are off the first men's basketball game of the season in Mackey Arena. Braden Smith taking up the floor, guarded by Mason Dox. Kicking it around, now it's Kaufman-Wren on the perimeter. Hands to Lawyer, looking for space, trying to cut inside, can't find anything. Kicks to Harris, inside Kaufman-Wren. Tried to double team with GVSU, but Kaufman-Wren puts it off right over for the first 2 points of the game.
Kaufman-Wren too strong, you saw it there. Able to find his spot on the floor and then a nice quick drop step, and he's able to lay it in for the first two.
GVSU maybe tipping their hand early, trying to get the double team as they're kicking around the perimeter now. Charity got it for three. Jalen Charity with the opening points for GVSU from downtown.
And that's what I was saying in the open. That's what Grand Valley State has to do early on. Move the ball, quick, efficient passes, find the open man, and knock down jump shots. You saw them do that right there.
Smith fought through the full court press, but good hands from Dox, and he'll be able to grab it, but just a foot out of bounds as he lunged for that ball to keep possession, and it'll go back to Purdue.
Yeah, but Dox can look over at Braden Smith and say, hey, this close, man, I got you. I had the ball. Just a little bit outside there, getting out of bounds, but a great opportunity early on for Grand Valley State.
And it appears that we have a shot clock issue that the referees will sort out. Mason Dox was a all-defensive team honoree last season in the conference that GVSU plays in. He's a very good defensive player. Led the team with 35 steals last year.
Well, you can see the quickness there on that last one. He's able to get the ball away from Braden Smith, normally the reliable point guard for the Purdue Boilermakers.
Relentless Dox is in guarding Smith, who's going to try and penetrate, fading from the left side, can't quite get it. Rebounded by Aldering, and they're going to break out. Charity quickly down the line, but he'll slow it down, now trying to post up Lawyer, but instead goes back to Dox, and they'll restart the offense. Dox gives to Aldering. Aldering hauls it for three. No good, off the back iron, rebounded by Harris.
And that's what Grand Valley State wants to do there, try to pull the big man out of the lane for the Boilermakers and bring him out to the three-point stripe, and they did a good job there, just weren't able to hit the shot.
Lawyer right elbow, pushing, gives to Kaufman-Wren. Wren backing down Dunn and lays it in nicely off the right-hand glass.
A lot of work in the offseason with Brandon Brantley as Trey Kaufman-Wren, and you see it on those first two possessions. Kaufman-Wren able to take what he wanted and finish at the rim.
For three, Aldering. No good, rebounded by Kaufman-Wren. Now Smith bringing up the floor for Lawyer, who got it poked away. and it will go the way of Purdue. It was poked away by Trevor Smith Jr. 2 subs are going to come in for GVSU. It'll be Caden Brown and Shaunis Thompson.
Yeah, great hands there from the sophomore from Rochester Hills, Michigan, in Smith Jr. getting his hands on the ball. Wasn't able to get a hold of it as it went out of bounds, but early defense really nice from the Lakers.
Smith for 3. Got it. Just a little bit of separation, but he was able to put up the 3. Now Dox pushing quickly. Goes to the right side. Mid-range jumper. No good. Rebounded by Lawyer. Smith pushing up the floor. Kicks out. Jacobson lays it in. First point of the game for Jacobson. That makes it 9 for Purdue and 3 for GVSU.
Yeah, Purdue out to an early lead here, 9-3, as you said. Boilers, most of that coming inside the paint. 6 of the 9 points coming in the lane.
Now Dunn. Looking, gives to Dox. Guarded by Harris. Back out to Dunn. Looking down the baseline. Kaufman-Wren closed him down. And a foul on Kaufman-Wren as he pushed Dunn to the top of the key. The first foul of the game to Purdue.
And that's something as this season progresses that the Boilers are going to have to watch out for is Trey Kaufman-Wren getting into foul trouble. You don't want to have that happen with what he can do on the offensive end. You see here just a little bump there, and they're going to call that every time.
Purdue's philosophy on defense has always been, let's try not to foul too much, force longer possessions, make offenses a little bit more uncomfortable, but keep guys out of foul trouble. The recent check-in was Charles Turner for GVSU. Dox, guarded by Harris. He's so good on the ball. Double team almost came from Kaufman-Wren. Dox in, can't lay it in with the left hand. Rebounded in tandem by Harris and Kaufman-Wren. Smith with Charity guarding. Doubled, gives to Kaufman-Wren. Outside, Lawyer, 3-ball. Foul, did not get the 3 to go, but he will shoot 3 from the line instead as the closeout from Caden Brown caused him to foul.
And that's a tough break there for Grand Valley State. Fletcher Lawyer, not someone you want to foul and put on the free throw line. The Boilers are very successful at the charity stripe, and you see Fletcher Lawyer likes going to the charity stripe with the free throws here, getting 3 of them on that foul.
Lawyer hits his first from the stripe. The first free throws of the game over to Purdue. Fletcher Lawyer, a very efficient shooter last season, improving on what was a pretty good freshman year in terms of the percentage that he was shooting at 3. Just not as many attempts, obviously, but that's because you have a 2-time National Player of the Year in the paint for those 2 years.
Well, and this year, Fletcher Lawyer is going to get more of those touches, you know, as you saw just there on a driving kick, getting the shot that he wants. Lawyer played in 39 games last season, 14th in the country in three-point percentage.
Lawyer hit all 3 from the line, and now GVSU looking to go quick. They give to Trevor Smith Jr. Screened by Thompson, kicks out. Now Smith Jr. again, guarded by Harris. Another screen from Thompson. Pushing on Jacobson, high floater, couldn't get it off the glass. Smith fought for the rebound and gives it out to Lawyer. Good rebounding there and good hustle from Braden Smith. Now inside to Kaufman-Wren. Out to Kari Harris for 3. No good, off the back iron. Almost rebounded by Kaufman-Wren, but fouled by Trayvon Gunter.
Yeah, that's what Trey Kaufman-Wren is so good at, excelling, being able to block out in the paint and get those rebounds for the Boilers. We at the free throw line, or they'll have the ball out of bounds when we come back here in just a moment.
And their head coach, Cornell Mann, in his 3rd season with the Lakers. He's a former assistant at Missouri for 5 years, but he's been an assistant for a long time. Assisted at Central Michigan, Western Michigan, Dayton, Iowa State, and Oakland before going to Missouri, before ultimately coming here.
Well, and he also, a little bit of a Purdue tie as well, spent some time under Cusano Martin at Missouri. So coming here, getting the view of Mackey Arena from the other side for the first time.
So Purdue inbounds, Kaufman-Wren, too physical to handle for Charles Turner, who was guarding, and Kaufman-Wren comes away with maybe a scratch in the eye.
Man, it looks like a little bit more than that. He's kind of wobbly. It looked like he might have caught an elbow. We'll have to see if he's all right, man. That's a tough break for the Boilers early on.
Kaufman-Wren has 6 of the Purdue 14 points. The junior from Sellersburg, Indiana. It looked like he just kind of got smacked in the face through. So it looks like he's all right and back on the floor as CJ Cox is in the game along with Raleigh Burgess, a freshman, both freshmen in fact. Burgess closing out Alderink, who dribbles it off his leg, and it'll go out for a Purdue throw.
Yeah, after taking a look at the replay there of TKR getting hit in the face, some good salesmanship there. A career change if he needs it, selling that hit to the face.
Well, he's been playing very, very good college basketball. Career change may not be in order just yet, as Smith will look to run the offense. Now Lawyer, a little bit of separation, can't quite hit the three, as GVSU comes down with the board and pushing it quickly into the corner. It's Gunter, can't quite get it to go. Rebounded by Smith as it kind of bobbled out, but Smith's able to retain the dribble. Screen by Wren. Middle, Kaufman-Wren in. 8 points in the early going for Trey Kaufman-Wren, and that makes the Purdue run 14-0.
Yeah, 7.8 assists last season for Braden Smith, and you see right there he's able to find the cutter. A nice job finding TKR to the lane.
Gunter just tried to slam it home, but Smith was able to get his hands up and stop that from happening. Now Cox, his first touches of the game. Kaufman-Wren outside, Burgess for three. No good, short. Rebound Kaufman-Wren. He's trying to fight for it, back out to Burgess. Now Cox, over to Lawyer. Trying to drive, but fouled by Trayvon Gunter. And so heading to the line is Fletcher Lawyer. He will shoot 2 free throws. And he'll miss his first one as a flurry of subs will come in for GVSU. Everyone but Alderink will come out. Kaufman-Wren will come out for Camden Heide, and Miles Colvin is awaiting Fletcher Lawyer if he makes his free throw.
Well, and again, this is an exhibition game. It doesn't count other than a practice, essentially, and so a great opportunity for Grand Valley State to, by committee, continue moving guys in and out of the game to keep fresh legs on the floor.
So Miles Colvin enters the game to the applause of the crowd. And so GVSU just looking to find something, anything, to break this 15-0 Purdue run. Looking around his docks, he's trying to drive in. Cox got a hand in, and it will stay with GVSU. May have gotten away with a little bit of arm contact.
I'm more impressed with Cox getting all ball there and ripping that one out. A tough break. They weren't able to corral that one down to the baseline, but a nice job by Cox not drawing the foul and pulling the ball out.
Alderink against Burgess, kicks out to Dunn. Now Alderink at the top of the key, driving on Burgess. Can't quite get the layup to go, but Burgess did foul, and so Alderink will head to the line for 2.
Yeah, a nice job by Alderink there, finding the position, feeling the defender on his back, able to get it up there. Now he gets 2 charity shots here.
Alderink 0 for 2 in this game. Both of his tries have been from 3, but he'll hit his first free throw. Here's another look at that play from Alderink, and Burgess may have just gotten him on the top of the head there. And Alderink hits the second, so 2 for 2 from the line. Successful trip to the stripe, and Smith will bring it up the floor.
Yeah, Grand Valley State has to start becoming a little bit more efficient with the shooting of the basketball. That's the first points that they've had since the first minute of the game.
Burgess hands to Cox, freshman to freshman, gives back to Heide. Now Smith resetting the offense. Pushing on Dox, gets a little bit of separation, mid-range, no good. Offensive rebound, Heide. Kicks to the corner, Colvin for 3. Got it! Good hustle on the offensive boards from Purdue, and Miles Colvin knocks down the 3 from the left corner.
Yeah, 3.3 points a game last season for Colvin. Going to have a lot more expectation here in this campaign this season. You see it right there, getting that first 3 down.
Now Dunn Alderink trying to push on Burgess, but got it taken away by C.J. Cox. They push it up the floor, not quite a fast break. He'll slow down the offense. Back to Smith now, who's going to pull up for three. Can't get it off the back iron. Rebound C.J. Cox. Up for two, and knocks down the mid-range jumper. Long rebounds galore for the Boilermakers thus far, and they have cashed in on their offensive opportunities.
Yeah, 20-2 run over the last 5:34 for the Boilers. Grand Valley State 0 of their last 7 haven't had a field goal in the last almost 7 minutes.
Dox charged hard at Burgess, missed the original, got his own rebound, and made the two. So a good effort there from Mason Dox. A hyper-athletic player. Played at UMBC. Now Colvin gets separation from Charity and lays it in with the right hand on the finger roll.
Miles Colvin is so athletic. He won on that first step there, and he was all the way to the basket. A great job there. Last 5 points from Colvin.
Now Dox looking for an option. Kick for three. No good on Marcus Gray, the second shot. Burgess guarded by Charity. Now Smith, bit of a mismatch. Him against Charity. Gets him to jump, fade away. Can't quite get it to go. Rebound, Colvin puts it back in. Purdue crashing the offensive glass today.
That's 7 points in a row now from Miles Colvin, and the Boilers lead by 19.
The drive and the finish by Dox is fantastic. He's just going to the teeth of the defense every time. Purdue gonna slow the game down now. Now Heidi, left elbow. Almost forced a tie-up was Alderink, but it ends up being a foul on the GVSU big man. We'll head to break here, 26-9 in the early going for Purdue. We'll be right back here on Big Ten. Matt Painter, obviously, you can't talk about him without talking about Gene Cady, who basically built this program here at Purdue and has built a very long-standing tradition, and he's got his name on the court. And he's in the house tonight, taking in some Boilermaker basketball as we get going here again on Cady's court, as Cox will get some separation and pull up from the mid-range and knock it down.
Yeah, Cox is an underrated player coming out of high school. Didn't have a lot of D1 eyes on him, but able to find his way to West Lafayette after considering a couple Ivy League options. But you see there, not only the defense from Cox, but also able to put the ball in the net.
It's Gunter guarded by Cox. And now Smith Jr. looking for a little bit of space, isn't getting it. Now Javion Otten gives it inside. Fought away by Caleb First, getting his first minutes of the game.
And we heard this week both Matt Painter and assistant coach Paul Lusk talking about the struggles on defense against Creighton, and basically how they just didn't perform and the defense did not play well. We're not seeing that here tonight. The Boilers moving their feet, talking well on the floor, and they're able to put themselves in good position. You see right there, Jakari Harris now with the breakaway.
Harris is fouled on the breakaway by Charles Turner, and he will head to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, and to go back to the Purdue defense, that's something that Purdue's foundation, that's what they're built on, defense and rebounds, and we're seeing them play well here tonight again, holding Grand Valley State to under double digits here almost halfway through the first half.
Jakari Harris, the 6'3" freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, will get his 2 shots from the line, and he will make his first. And Cam Heidi will check in for Miles Colvin.
Nice job there, good defense. Grand Valley State getting back, not allowing Jakari Harris the easy layup, making him earn it here, and now trying to finish off his spot at the free throw line.
And he hits the second, 2 for 2 from the stripe, and that's something that the Boilermakers pretty much have to do, is shoot at a high percentage from the free throw line. They just get to the line so often.
Well, I mean, and Matt Painter talked about it this week in media, that if you're not stealing points somewhere, the game gets hard, and where the Boilermakers can steal points at is the deficiency of free throws, and the Boilermakers getting more free throws than their opponents and able to knock them down, as you see here early on.
Cox, now Harris. Screen by Berg, who's getting some minutes in this game. had started against Creighton. Cox for three. He's got it right in the mouth of the defender. And C.J. Cox knocks down the three.
Yeah, C.J. Cox on fire right now. He enjoying his first showing inside of Mackey Arena, a place he's going to call home for the next couple seasons.
C.J. Cox up to 7 points now with just over 10 minutes gone. The two from Otten, no good. Rebounded by Big Will Berg, the 7'2" man from Stockholm, Sweden. That one's tipped out of bounds by Javion Otten, and it'll go out of bounds for a Purdue throw.
Yeah, and Berg, 2.6 points a game last season, had 8 field goals. All of them came off of dunks, but Berg can also step out and shoot a mid-range jump shot, also has a three-pointer as well in his bag, and so a great opportunity here for Will Berg to try to earn some minutes here this season. Him and Daniel Jacobson kind of going back and forth at who's going to fill that role in the 5, and so it'll be interesting to see what each of these players earn for themselves as this season moves along.
So Davion Boulware will get his first minutes for GVSU in this game. And now Cox to Harris for three. Knocked down. Too much space for Jakari Harris as he knocks it down from the top of the arc.
Yeah, and the Boilers are shooting 4 of 8 early on from three-point land, 50%, and that's something that Matt Painter will definitely take.
Dox looking to penetrate, gives a great pass to Boulware, who ended up losing the ball, and it will be Purdue basketball going the other way as Boulware just couldn't quite handle that pass. So the current score 36-9 in favor of Purdue. Just over 8 minutes left to go in the first half here. Purdue in the preseason poll ranks number 14 in Division I athletics. First gives in to Berg. Couldn't quite get the turnaround floater to go. Rebounded by Harris. Can't get his to go. And that one will be off of first, and it will be GVSU basketball. But that will be after we come back from this short break. Don't go anywhere here on Big Ten Plus. As we get back to action here in West Lafayette, Indiana. Current score 36-9 in favor of Purdue. Just under 8 minutes to go here. And Mason Dox looking to make a difference for GVSU. He's been their best player thus far. He's got 4 points and 1 rebound, but it's been a dominating Purdue performance to this point. But a knockdown shot from Trayvon Gunter looking to change the momentum.
Yeah, nice shot there by Gunter, the first field goal for the Lakers in almost 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So breaking the streak there, hoping to put a couple buckets here together as the Boilers just kind of been taking whatever they want offensively. Another shot there buried for the Boilers, shooting almost 60% from the field.
Rising and firing was C.J. Cox as he drops his 9th point of the game. Boulware down low, trying to finish, can't quite get it over Heidi. Rebounded by Purdue.
It's almost as if there was a challenge issued this afternoon by Matt Painter asking the freshman, or just anybody on the roster, it's hey, who wants to show up tonight, is we're seeing a couple of guys do that here early on.
Cox missed short and right on that 3 ball. Now Charity driving inside against First, who fouled him hard, and he'll go to the line for 2, and it appears that Caleb First came away worse for wear for that one.
Yeah, tough break for First. Wenham tried to block that one, and a tough landing.
Caleb First, a 6'10" senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana. He's been here all 4 years of his career. He is up and slowly moving around. You see the contact here as he just may have taken a knee to the stomach or something.
It's called the 5-hole in hockey.
Charity will miss his first from the Charity stripe.
And these are the spots where Grand Valley State really needs to get their points. They also do a really nice job of drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line, but again, they're playing a team that's almost a mirror of that in the Purdue Boilermakers and trying to get to the free throw line. And so, but when Grand Valley State gets those opportunities, they have to finish, struggling early on at the free throw line.
Charity hits his second, 1 for 2 from the stripe. Braden Smith bringing it up the floor for Purdue. Gives to First. Now Jacobson, new entry into the game. Lawyer gives to Waddell. Had an open look, gives inside to First, who drops it in with the left hand. Good ball movement from Purdue.
Yeah, that's just great movement there. Waddell coming off of the double screen, wasn't there, drives the basket, and he's able to find First under the basket, and First gladly laying that one in.
Now they give to Dunn, who wanted to give it back to Dox, but it was tipped. And a foul is called on Caleb First. It'll be a block as he tried to force him over the halfway line. That'll be First's second foul.
Yeah, tough break there you see here. First coming up on the trap, sliding his feet, and I don't look like it might have been a hook there from Dox, but the foul called on Purdue nonetheless, but a great job by First at moving his feet.
Now Dox looking for a little bit of space. 5 on the shot clock. He's just going to take one from 3. He's got it off the glass. Mason Dox knocks it down from deep. In what seemed more like a desperation heave, he knocked it down.
7:30 on Wednesday night. The bank's usually closed, but Dox able to figure it out there.
Smith getting a screen from Jacobson. Wanted the roll, out for First, for 3. No good. Tried to rebound it, was Jacobson, and he was fouled. And so it will be Purdue basketball as it was a foul on William Dunn.
Yeah, smiles around for the Boilermakers because Jacobson's getting the Zach Edey treatment, getting doubled under the basket here. You see trying to get positioning there, and there's 3 Lakers within the area trying to not allow Jacobson with that height to get the ball.
Dunn getting a little too liberal with the hands on the push. And so the inbound to Jacobson. Hands off to Smith. Guarded by the other Smith. Trying to fit through mid-range. Got it. Good turnaround, a little separation. And some Smith on Smith action now in the front court as well.
Yeah, great job by Braden Smith there. Didn't get the initial look he was looking for, able to use the pivot foot, and nice little pump fake and finish off in the lane.
Shamus Thompson hands off to Charity. Now Charity spinning, driving to the lane, can't get it to go. Thompson rebound, and a foul is called on Purdue.
Yeah, I think that's going to be on Caleb First again. It's going to be his 3rd foul here in the first half, and that's a tough break. Because right away you see TKR coming off the bench and going to get First back on the bench in the foul trouble.
First up to 3 fouls now. GVSU not quite in the bonus yet. So you can see this one. Yep. Push with the left arm. And now GVSU will have an inbound. Driving to the sideline. Good ball in. So a shot made by Charity ended up sticking in the net. And that makes the score 42-17 Purdue.
Charity was able to finish it off, but what a pass from Ethan Alderink, the no-looker, dropping that dime there. A great pass. Hopefully some momentum now being built for the Lakers.
Alderink started the game wearing one of those face guards and has now taken it off, perhaps inhibiting his vision. As that one was knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Purdue basketball.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's comfortable wearing one of those plastic masks. I know it's protective, but again, it can't be comfortable, and it probably does hinder some vision.
Javion Otten is also wearing one for GVSU. A couple of blows to the face, perhaps, for either of those. Now Kaufman-Wren, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Looking to get inside, tried to give it to Jacobson, and it was knocked out of bounds. 1.2 left on the shot clock. But prior to that, we will head to another timeout as we will head to commercial here. We'll be right back on Big Ten Plus with more Purdue versus Grand Valley State action.
Yeah, 2 veteran guys that now are getting more of a leadership role here on this team. As you mentioned, new conductors for the train here in West Lafayette, trying to keep the train on the tracks, and hopefully that train's destination is headed for another Final Four.
So Smith inbounding to Kaufman-Renn, and he will not get the shot up since there was only 1.2 left on the shot clock and didn't get it up in time. So a shot clock violation for Purdue.
I believe that's the first turnover of the game for the Purdue Boilermakers here. Not the conversation I'd like to go back into the huddle and have with Matt Painter after coming out of a timeout, as turning the ball over and what was supposed to be a quick release. But
so bringing up the floor now is Trevor Smith Jr. Trying to find a little bit of space for a passing lane, and now Alderink, who's put the mask back on. Charity down the sideline for three. No good. Caden Brown couldn't get it to fall, but it falls to Charity on the rebound. Charity gets it in over Jacobson. Good fight for the offensive rebound, and Charity was able to sneak that layup past the 7'4" man in the center.
Yeah, Charity really earned that one, especially against the size mismatch with Jacobson, but he was able to get under and get in front of him and finish it at the rim.
Lawyer, mid-range, got it. The two is good for Fletcher Lawyer. Call it 6 points for him on the night. No good from Trevor Smith Jr. And now Purdue looking to break out. Smith gives to Kaufman-Renn. Tried to give it inside to Jacobson, who just couldn't handle the pass. And he'll go out of bounds for a GVSU throw.
We saw this early on in the first half, but we're starting to see this now with Smith and Lawyer back in there, but the Boilers are really trying to push the pace and really trying to run the ball. They are getting into their half-court sets, but when the opportunity presents itself, they're really trying to run down this defense of Grand Valley State.
So Javion Otten checking in for Jalen Charity. Charity's their top scorer right now. He's got 8. It's been kind of a two-man show between him and Mason Docks, currently bringing up the ball at the floor. Dunn tried to give it to Alderink, but it got taken away. Now Lawyer tried to give forward to Kaufman-Renn. Now Docks outside Otten. Now Dunn. They were trying to twist it all the way around the perimeter. Bit of miscommunication on the last pass. And so some sloppy passing in the last two possessions from both teams.
Yeah, second turnover of the game for the Purdue Boilermakers, followed up by the 7th for Grand Valley State. But I was going to make a point of that early on here, Purdue has really put a focus on their defense here early on in this season, and struggling a little bit against Creighton, but they are not struggling defensively here tonight. Active hands, talking on the floor, staying in their defensive set. Trey Kaufman-Renn finishing things off offensively on the other end.
Kaufman-Renn getting loose on the block, and he's the first Boilermaker into double digits. He's got 10.
Yeah, and I know I'm going to regret saying this, but a perfect 5 for 5 from the field is Trey Kaufman-Renn, and he is cash money when he's close to the bucket.
Kickball from Braden Smith. And so Jalen Charity will check in for Javion Otten, and Raleigh Burgess will check in for Daniel Jacobson. Let's see. Braden Smith athletically bringing his foot up to about his torso. I can't do that. I'd probably pull something.
You're allowed to use your foot in volleyball. They do not allow you to use your foot here in basketball.
Miscommunication on the switch, and Caden Brown with about the easiest bucket GVSU's had today.
Yeah, the Red Seas parted, and there was no one there, and he was able to get to the cup and finish it off.
Smith gives to Colvin. Now inside Kaufman-Renn. Kicks out Lawyer. Wide open for three. On the elbow. Lawyer hits. 49-21 Purdue with just over a minute left.
And the Boilers have hit 4 of their last 4 field goals, and being led by Kaufman-Renn and Lawyer here this evening offensively. But Braden Smith there again, active hands at the top of the key, not allowing Grand Valley State to get their offensive set.
The battle between Mason Docks and Braden Smith has been a good one today. Mason Docks has been picking up from full court all night. Braden Smith has started doing the same. So inbounded by Charity. Now it's Caden Brown trying to get past Smith. Does. Floater, no good. But a foul is called. And that will be a foul on Braden Smith. And so to the line will be Caden Brown, and he will shoot 2.
Didn't see it there.
Perhaps it was earlier.
It looks like probably when he picked the dribble up.
Caden Brown misses the first.
Are they giving away free chicken again this year if you miss 2 free throws?
I think so. At least the student section believes so. Brown hits his second.
Yeah, the audible awe and the boos.
The Boo Birds coming out for Caden Brown. He'll argue he's just trying to do his job.
Hey, it's a great promotion here, giving away free chicken to everyone in the building if multiple free throws are missed.
Just makes the building even louder than it normally is, which is very loud. Kaufman-Wren hands to Lawyer, who got fouled hard by Trayvon Gunter.
I wonder when they do the decibel levels if they factor in if it's a chicken tenders decibels or if it's just a regular decibels here in Mackey Arena.
Well, Mackey Arena can get loud at any point. We were just in timeout a couple of minutes ago, and they just shot a graphic up on the Jumbotron just saying get louder, and it just showed a decibel meter, and everybody just started screaming their heads off.
Well, I'm pretty sure we have a sideline reporter tonight in Ellie Fideli, but I couldn't hear her if she was trying to talk earlier during warm-ups when this place was getting turned up.
I haven't seen her either. It's a size sellout, so you can't really tell where she is. As you see the foul here on Gunter.
Yeah, just a little bit too much there.
Lawyer hits his second from the line. So now Purdue 51 points in this first half. GVSU struggling with 22.
Yeah, and Fletcher Lawyer is also, he's 6 for 7 from the free throw line here this evening, and that's something you want to try to replace with Zach Eady no longer being here is the made free throws and that discrepancy, and Lawyer is doing a nice job replicating that here this evening for the Boilers.
Deep three from Caden Brown didn't fall, and Purdue will have the last shot. Shot clock turned off. 10 seconds left. Screen from Kaufman-Wren, and a foul on Mason Docks. And Smith will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, that one won't count, but that was a beautiful bank shot there by Smith. But the Lakers not wanting the Boilers to get that last shot. They want to take it themselves, and so now Smith going to the line.
I feel like it's a basketball tradition to make the shot that you'll never be given. After a foul, you'll make the most miraculous shot ever.
It's like when you throw the ball in, you see right there, the bank is good. Kind of like when you throw the ball in, you shoot it from half court, goes in, only to realize your coach called the timeout before you let the shot go.
Smith goes 2 for 2 from the line. And now Docks will try and take it up quickly. 5 seconds left. Docks looking for space for 3. Fouled by Smith. Infringed on the landing spot. And so Docks will go to the line to shoot 3, and there are 2.5 seconds left.
And now the real question here with 2.5 seconds left, if you're Grand Valley State, when Purdue gets the ball in here, are you fouling?
Maybe.
Or are you not that sold on not letting Purdue take the last shot?
Docks is his first of 3. As Smith continues to conversate with the official who called the foul. Docks hits his second.
And the free throw discrepancy before these last 3 free throws here was pretty significant, about 6. Boilers are 10 of 11, shooting 91% in the first half. Grand Valley State shooting just over 70%.
Docks is in the double digits now with 10. Smith for 3, no good. Hit the backboard but did not hit the iron. And so the half ends 53-25. Welcome back inside Mackey Arena. We are just exiting halftime as the score stands at 53-25. I'm Max Bury, joined by Craig Combs, Ellie Fideli on the sideline. Craig, it's been a good performance from Purdue thus far.
Yeah, Purdue has done what they needed to here this evening. You take a look at the numbers on the board. The number that I want to look at, though, is the 19 rebounds Purdue out rebounding Grand Valley State 19-8, but the second chance points, Boilers also have 12 to Grand Valley State's 6.
Flip sides, GVSU heading to the right now. Purdue will go to the left. GVSU going to look to get out to a quick start with Caden Brown. Now Dox driving down the baseline. Gave outside, now Dunn driving on Kaufman-Wren, lost the dribble, but was able to retain it. Will go out of bounds, and it will be Purdue basketball.
Yeah, and Purdue's defense continuing to be a problem for Grand Valley State. We saw that in the first half. It's continuing on here in the second half. The first turnover of the second half, but 8th of the game for Grand Valley State, and the Boilers will take that as they have been very active defensively here tonight. Active hands, moving their feet, talking out on the floor, and it's translating to the scoreboard here this evening. Not sure what the delay is. I don't see anybody wiping anything off the floor.
I believe it was a clock issue. The clock was set to 19:52. Should have been 19:55 as that is set, and we're back in action here. As Dox nearly got the wraparound on Smith. Was able to keep the dribble and the possession. Kaufman-Wren gives the Lawyer. Jump. No good on the 3 ball from Lawyer. Now Dox trying to drive inside. Floater. Nothing but air. And flops to the floor in defeat as the paint crew will let him hear that one.
Yeah, Dox was hoping to get a foul call, and Jakari Harris was just content staying out of the way and letting the ball go out of bounds, and the Boilers getting the ball back. 2 turnovers now in the second half for Grand Valley State.
So the Lakers still looking for something to get this game a little bit closer. Jacobson hands to Harris for 3. No good. Jacobson tipped it back, but no one was there on the rebound, and GVSU will bring it up. Dunn, deep 3. No good. Rebounded by Smith.
And Dunn has been guarded by Jacobson most of the night, and the first opportunity to get the ball up and in the air.
Lawyer cut inside, couldn't get it. Jacobson got the offensive rebound and was fouled on the putback, so he'll head to the line for 2.
And the Boilermaker faithful are used to seeing a 7'4" center going up and getting the ball and having people hang off of him like a tree, and Jacobson fitting that role perfectly here this evening and earning the foul and now getting an opportunity to put him down at the charity stripe.
Like you said, Jacobson's 7'4". Not exactly the weight of the former Zach Eady. Jacobson only listed at about 230 pounds. But still, 7'4", that's a big human.
Come on, man. The freshman 15, he's going to put on a little bit of weight, and after getting in a full calendar year of this Boilermaker strength and conditioning program, you'll see him develop similar to a 2-time National Player of the Year from Canada.
And you can just see the transformation in these big men that come in. And Will Berg has been here for a couple years. He came in kind of skinny, kind of looking more like Jacobson right now, but has put in a lot of work in the weight room, as that's a 3 for Caden Brown from the corner. Caden Brown now has 6.
Yeah, nice response there from Grand Valley State, only their 4th 3 on 11 attempts here this evening. We saw them hit an early 3 early in the first half, and then they weren't able to put together a whole lot else after that. We'll have to see if they can play on that.
Lawyer floater was no good, but Kaufman-Wren right there for the offensive rebound, cleanup, and the bucket.
Yeah, Kaufman-Wren is so good. 12 points and 8 rebounds now, playing really well for the Boilers out of the 4 spot here this evening.
For 3 from the corner. Aldering couldn't get it to fall. Smith with the rebound. This guy really just does everything for Purdue. He scores, he passes, he rebounds. As Jacobson was doubled, pass to Harris, now Lawyer.
Well, it's also really nice when the leader of your offense is also averaging almost 6 rebounds a game in Braden Smith. And
Kaufman-Wren will pull it from 3, and he'll knock it down. Kaufman-Wren is having some sort of night, 7 for 7 from the field.
Yeah, if we were playing NBA Jam, he'd be on fire. Hasn't missed yet, and again, stepping out behind the arc and showing you, hey, I can also shoot from range as well.
For 3, no good from Caden Brown. Rebound, Jakari Harris. Smith pushing it quickly. Now Lawyer looking for Smith. Gives inside to Jacobson. trying to get him touches against Alderink, and he fits it in on the right-hand side of the point. Mishandled by Dox, and it will go out of bounds. Purdue basketball. The full court press from Jakari Harris, and the crowd is loving it.
And that's the on-ball defense that you expect from the freshman Harris, and he's pumped up after that one. You see here, staying with it, not allowing Grand Valley State any room to breathe, and Jakari Harris trying to pump the faithful up here at Mackey.
7-0 run for Purdue in the last minute and 15 seconds. Smith gives to Lawyer. Now Jacobson. Lawyer again. Inside to Jacobson, who's just getting pushed down there, and a foul will be called on William Dunn, who has had some trouble guarding Jacobson.
Yeah, Dunn was leaning on him there. He's been able to control Jacobson in the post, as you said, with the strength and the size, but just a little bit too much of a forearm shiver there, pushing the big man out of the lane.
Jacobson to Lawyer for three. No good off the back iron. It clanged around. Kaufman-Renn fighting for the offensive rebound. He'll get it, and it will be a foul on Grand Valley State's Trevor Smith Jr. Kaufman-Renn putting it all on the line this game.
And the faithful here at Mackey are going to reward him with that. A nice standing ovation for Trey Kaufman-Renn. Again, hasn't missed from the floor here this evening, but also that blue-collar mentality you see here, getting banged around, and he's going to get the ball. It's his and no one else's. Able to draw the foul as well, as Grand Valley State was all over him, but great work there from Kaufman-Renn out of the four.
So Smith will inbound it. Going to look to give it into Lawyer, and they do. Pushing down the baseline, gives to Harris outside, cutting in. Kind of a funky floater as he was affected on the shot going up. Was able to adjust midair and flush it down. Now Brown, guarded by Lawyer. Switch off, and stolen away by Smith. Here we go, Fletcher Lawyer driving in. Right-handed finger roll finish for Fletcher Lawyer. The pace of the game perhaps getting too fast for Grand Valley State, and it is a timeout for the Lakers. It is an 11-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 9 seconds for the Boilers, as we will head to break 66-28 with just about 16 minutes left to go. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Bolster this Purdue offense.
Yeah, and as you take a look here, making some impact here this evening is already Cox and Harris. Jacobson getting some minutes as well. We've seen Raleigh Burgess on the floor a couple of times here this season as well. Haven't seen Aaron Fine, haven't seen Jack Bencher yet, but a great recruiting class. And again, Boilermaker guys that may not be as high up in the top 100 as you'd like for them to be as a fan, but guys that can be molded and developed and can become what Purdue needs here in West Lafayette.
All these guys fighting for minutes come the regular season, as Rigneris will get a touch for GVSU. Now Smith Jr. guarded by Cox. Stripped away by Kaufman-Renn, out of bounds on GVSU. Purdue basketball going the other way.
And going back to those incoming recruits here this season, you have to imagine what practice is like here over at Cardinal Court. The intensity that a practice has when you have so many guys on the floor. Hey, you only have 5 spots or 5 opportunities for guys to get on the floor.
And so timeout on the floor as the score remains the same. It is 66-28. We'll head back to another break. We'll be right back here on Big Ten Plus. They're obviously going to be massive parts of this Purdue team this year.
Yeah, not new to Mackey Arena, but new conductors to this team as Fletcher Lawyer and Braden Smith kind of also take over the leadership role here, being the veteran guys for the Purdue Boilermakers. Again, both of them playing very well this evening, but these are the two guys that are going to lead you back to the promised land. These are the two guys that are going to get you back to the Final Four, and not have to wait another 40 years. And so we'll see that continue here this evening, but these are the guys that are going to be key factors, including Trey Kaufman-Renn here in this upcoming 24-25 season. And Braden Smith, again, accolades continuing to roll in every day, it seems. Preseason Big Ten Player of the Year, also today getting the nod on the Naismith Player of the Year list. And how insane would that be? Again, not calling the award yet, but again, how insane would that be? Zach Edey winning it back-to-back years, and Purdue pretty much just keeping the Naismith award here in West Lafayette.
That would certainly be a headline for years to come, not just in college basketball, but in Matt Painter's recruiting strategy, surely, as Lawyer pulls up from mid-range and knocks it down. 15 points for Fletcher Lawyer. He's 4 for 9 from the field.
Yeah, and the Boilers are 3 of their last 3 on a 13-0 run over the last 2:34, continuing their dominance here against Grand Valley State.
3 ball, no good. That was William Dunn pulling up and couldn't hit. Now Jakari Harris gives inside. Kaufman-Wren outside Lawyer, now Cox. Cycling, mid-range, no good. Rebound Kaufman-Wren. That puts him into a double-double, his 10th rebound. Lawyer inside to Jacobson. Fighting with Aldrich, no good. And rebounded by Grand Valley State, going quickly. Mid-range, no good. Harris now pushing with pace. Going against Dunn, foul and one. Jakari Harris finishing emphatically, and he's got a chance to complete the three-point play.
And Jakari Harris out here tonight trying to earn some time, playing well defensively, and they're able to finish tough at the rim. Free throw away from being in double digits, the 3rd player in double digits for the Purdue Boilermakers here this evening. But wow, what a showing here tonight for the freshman.
So Harris up to 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a 15-0 scoring run for Purdue to cap it off. And Harris makes it double digits on his total and 16-0 run now for the Boilers.
Well, and that's what we heard coming out of the Purdue Boilermaker camp about Jakari Harris being a great on-ball defender. He's able to get to the rim and score the basketball, but trying to work on his off-ball defense. He gets caught up in the screen there.
For 3, no good. That was Charles Turner pulling up from the right elbow.
Will Berg and CJ Cox colliding, and Berg saying, hey, I'm just a couple inches taller.
Berg gives to Colvin for 3. Hit 2 rims and out. Berg fighting for the rebound. 2 GVSU players couldn't pull it down. It goes out of bounds, and it will stay on this side of the court with Purdue.
Wilberg trying to get his 3rd offensive, or his 3rd rebound here of the game. That's just sticking with it, not allowing Grand Valley State to get the rebound. The Boilers get the ball out of the situation.
Berg gives to Cox, and an offensive foul called on Camden Heide for an illegal screen. And Heide may have known it, smiling through the pain. So the Lakers will inbound and bringing it up, as per usual, Mason Docks. He got right past Cox, but rejected by Heide. No more easy baskets, says Camden Heide, as he raised up and swatted that one from about 10 feet 5 in the air.
Well, if you've been living under a rock, Camden Heide's vertical leap is something extraordinary. Reference the dunk he had in the national championship game, but right there, making up for the foul call on the illegal screen and sending that one into the 3rd row.
Docks perhaps might think twice before driving into the paint again. Now Charity with Colvin guarding. And it will be a foul on Miles Colvin. Gave a slight 2-hand shove to Charity as he was trying to drive past.
Colvin not agreeing with the call. A tough break, though, for the Boilers. Another good opportunity for Grand Valley State.
Shot clock sets to 20 seconds as Gunter will look to pull in, and a foul on Jakari Harris.
And that's a nice job there by Gunter. You see driving to the hoop here, sticking with it, going up strong, and able to draw the foul. A couple of Boilers not moving their feet and reaching in. And Gunter making them pay there, and now a great opportunity for Gunter to put a couple of buckets in.
Gunter looking to just score here, and he does, and that breaks the Grand Valley State trend. They had not scored for 4 minutes and 49 seconds up to that point.
And that can become frustrating, especially, start 1 minute turns into 2, and now 5 minutes later you haven't scored a bucket, and Purdue is continuing to put their foot on the gas.
Trevon Gunter hits his 2nd from the line. The redshirt senior from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Had a career high of 29 points a couple seasons ago versus Lake Superior State, as Cox and Docks are going at it.
Yeah, he was hounding him all the way down the floor. Cox does a nice job getting the ball over, though.
Berg hands to Harris. He's looking for Heidi. Trying to drive to the right side, swatted away by Gunter. Now coming up the floor are the Lakers. Gives out for three. No good. Turner can't buy one from distance.
And that's tough. Grand Valley State continuing to struggle in transition. They're able to get the ball. They're just not able to finish.
Berg with the jam. Heidi got double teamed on the baseline and just handed it to Will Berg, who slammed it down for two.
8 field goals last season for Will Berg, all on dunks. You see another one there, and that's academic when he catches the ball in that range on the floor.
Aldrich driving, rejected, but goaltending called as Berg just came in too late with the block.
Man, I wonder what it would be like to get up that high. I mean, come on, that ball hit about the middle of the backboard, and Wilberg went up and hit it with his forearm.
Imagine just being that tall.
And you see it right here. The ball goes up. You're not able to see it come down, but both Colvin and Berg both make an attempt on the ball. And in any situation, Grand Valley State will take the 2 points.
Will Berg, 7'2", 260 pounds from Stockholm, Sweden. Played in 14 games last year. Berg hands to Colvin. Colvin looking to drive inside, can't quite get it to go. Charity pulls down the rebound.
And Berg struggled the other night against Creighton. He had some foul trouble, but he's a guy that once he gets going, I mean, you can't teach 7'2", and again, the Boilermakers have multiple guys on the team over 7 foot. Berg does a nice job there corralling that rebound and then drawing the foul from Grand Valley State.
Marcus Gray missed the shot, and Shamus Thompson ended up fouling Will Berg on the rebound.
And Berg's feet didn't even leave the ground. He just kind of reached up for it, which is insane, but a nice job there from the Boilermakers corralling the ball and getting the foul call.
First, inside, Berg got the leverage and flushes it one more time. Another dunk for big Will Berg. Bringing up the floor, Trevor Smith Jr., guarded by C.J. Cox. Gives it away now. Now it's Shamus Thompson. Back to Smith Jr. 10 on the shot clock. Screen from the right. Switch. Drop back. Now driving is Marcus Gray the second. Can't quite get it to go off the glass. Fighting for it. And a foul is called, and it will go the way of Purdue. So a foul on Grand Valley State. And the foul will go against Charles Turner in the paint for the off-ball foul.
Yeah, in the 23rd.
Well, those days are now gone. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's legal anymore to throw an entire country at a bunch of college kids. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it's just not traditional.
Well, I mean, they used to do a college all-star game versus the NFL all-stars. So, I mean, it can be done. I just don't think it'd be safe.
Cox driving, and he's fouled by Shamus Thompson. And so Cox will go to the line for 2. He's looking for number 10 and number 11 on the night. He's got 9 points on 4 of 6 shooting.
Cox has also done a really nice job defensively here this evening. There's been a few times he's picked up Grand Valley State in the full court. That's what Purdue is looking for here as they finish up their exhibition season and get ready to kick off the season next week, is finding the guys that are going to be the guys you can go to, the guys you can rely on in the season. A couple of big matchups early on in the non-con for the Boilers, but then they get into that Big Ten schedule around the end of December.
C.J. Cox hit both from the line. He's up to 11 points on the night. Now Turner gives back to Smith Jr. Now Davion Boulware. Marcus Gray the second. Every Laker has touched the ball this possession as Smith will just throw one up and rebounded by Berg. He defended the shot and got the rebound.
Yeah, great job by Will Berg there in the middle, getting his 5th rebound of the game.
Heidi looking for space. Gives out to Colvin for 3. And he hits. Defender right in his face. Colvin hit it anyway.
Now, I know we've joked about it a couple of times about have you seen Miles Morales and Miles Colvin in the same place at the same time, but did you see his celebration on the three-pointers? He was shooting out webs, bro. Come on now. He's telling us something.
Boulware misses from 3. It was rebounded, but then a jump ball ensues. And so now a flurry of subs for both teams, as Jack Benter will get his first time for Purdue in this game. Jack Benter, the freshman from Brownstown, Indiana, 6'5".
We talked about Jack a little bit in the recruiting in the Boilermakers freshman class coming in here this season. Benter was an Indiana State champion, 28-4 last season. And here's a fun note: Jack Benter won a state title for his head coach in high school, who just so happens to also be his father.
There you go. That's how you keep it in the family in a high school.
And that's tough too. Dad's been a coach for 26 years. A couple of appearances in the state tournament, never winning the state championship until his son came along and was able to finish the deal for Brownstown.
First inside to Berg. Backing down Boulware. Nice touch on the post hook. Doc's bringing the ball up. He has yet to score this half. Davion Boulware for 3. No good. And that one's knocked to Caden Brown, who's able to keep it alive. And now Mason Docks will reset the offense.
Yeah, tough break for the Boilers as that one just got tapped out in an open space where the only man in the area was a Laker. And now Grand Valley State getting another opportunity here on second chance.
Charity guarded by Benter. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Turnaround, no good. Rebounded by Berg.
6 of the game for Will Berg, doing a nice job here in the second half. Really making the most of his minutes tonight.
Benter. Now first. Gives to Harris. Now on the right elbow, guarded by Charity, and Charity will foul Benter. And so Ethan Alderink will come back in for Davion Boulware, and Trayvon Gunter will come in for Jalen Charity.
Nice round of applause for Will Berg as he makes his way to the bench there, and Raleigh Burgess coming in to get some time, but Will Berg has been impressive here in the second half. Struggled a little bit with fouls against Creighton, but tonight he's been able to stay on the floor.
And Jack Benter hits from the line, and he'll have one more.
Has to feel good for Benter, the freshman, getting his first points here at Mackey Arena.
And he hits the second, so successful trip to the line, 2 for 2 for the young Indiana man. So Mason Docks will bring it up the floor once again for the Lakers.
And the Boilers are shooting 17 of 18, 94% from the free throw line here this evening.
Kick out, good pass from Alderink, and Trayvon Gunter hits from 3. Trayvon Gunter hitting his first 3. Now Harris, guarded by Docks. Good defensive player in Docks.
And Docks has been a pest here in the second half. He's not even letting Jakari Harris walk away from him. He's still on him.
Now Waddell gives to Harris. Open 3. No good. Rebounded by First. First, back up, fouled. Couldn't get the shot to go, but he will go to the line and shoot 2.
First with 2 points and 4 rebounds here this evening, getting another one. Trying to finish it off at the free throw line. We'll have First at the free throw line when we come back. Boilers lead 84-35.
Mackey Arena here in West Lafayette, Indiana, as we take a look at the player of the game thus far, Trey Kaufman-Wren. He has been fantastic.
Yeah, Kaufman-Wren has been en fuego tonight. Shooting perfect from the floor, perfect from 3. That 15 points as well, way above his average from last season. All smiles on the bench right now is Kaufman-Wren.
Changed his hairstyle from last year as well. He had the long curly hair last year. He's gone back to his freshman cut of the buzz.
He's more aerodynamic. This is an engineering school, Max. He went to the engineering department. They engineered a more aerodynamic haircut for Kaufman-Wren. It's paying off here this evening.
I wish I was that smart. As First hits his second from the line. 85-35, Purdue over Grand Valley State. Docks gives inside, Dunn. He's had a rough game thus far. Rigneris got a hand on it. Now Brown driving, floater, can't get it to go. Raleigh Burgess with the rebound. Kari Harris looking to drive, finishes with the left hand. Cut into an open lane and an easy lay-in for Harris.
And there are some teams that are going to be put on notice this season if Jakari Harris can play the way he has here this evening. Going on top of what Lawyer and Smith are doing. Harris has been as advertised here this evening.
Trayvon Gunter gives to Dunn for 3. No good. A little long from Dunn, who has just not gotten it going today. 0 points thus far. Burgess wide open for 3. No good off back iron. First is able to tip it out to Waddell, who is fouled on the way up. And it will be 2 more shots from the line for Purdue.
That was a great job there by Caleb First, reaching that ball at its highest point. He elevated and was able to get his fingertips on it as he was starting to come down. And those are the kind of plays the Boilers need from Caleb First. Going to be a kind of a glue guy for the Boilers here this season. Coming in, playing hard defensively, getting rebounds.
Waddell hits his first from the line. 6'7" junior from Carmel, Indiana, another Indiana kid. Matt Painter, always very good at getting recruits from inside Indiana and really just getting the best out of them, as he misses his second from the line, and a foul on Burgess as just a bit too much of a sub there against Trayvon Gunter.
Yeah, after the miss from Waddell, though, he played 14 games last season, 4 points and 3 rebounds last year against Samford. Averaged 1.1 a game last season. Trying to get on the floor here this evening and try to earn himself some more playing time this season.
Mason Dox has yet to score this half. He put up 10 in the first. Spinning on C.J. Cox. I don't know if Burgess got a hand on it or it just spun off the glass. Strange, but here come the Boilers. Cox is stopped by Charity. Burgess got the leverage, and it'll go out of bounds, but it'll be Purdue basketball as Trayvon Gunter got a hand in.
Well, and to go back to what you were saying about Mason Dox, 10 points in the first half, none here in the second half. Do you think that was a challenge in the locker room with Matt Painter to his 2 freshman guards saying, hey, this guy put 10 on you in the first half. We need you to go out here in the second half and shut him down?
Benter misses his 3, rebounded by Dunn. Now Charity. Back to Dunn. Charity for 3. Got it. Right over Brian Waddell. And Charity's got another 3. He's up to 11 points. And a foul called on Mason Dox as C.J. Cox was about to get past him. And he will go to the line to shoot, too, as Purdue is in the double bonus.
Yeah, and that's not what you want to see if you're Grand Valley State. The Purdue Boilermakers in the double bonus, and there's almost 6 minutes left. So any foul here for the rest of the game, and Purdue's going to be shooting.
And checking into the game is Ethan Alderink, coming in for Cam Rignaris, who's gotten in a couple minutes here. But GVSU has been struggling with fouling today, and they struggled all year round last year as Cox hits his second from the line. They averaged about 18 fouls a game. That was 208th in Division II basketball. Gunter. Alderink. Back to Gunter. Looking for space. Kicks back. Gunter for 3. No good off back iron. Burgess couldn't pull it in, and it'll go out of bounds as it just kind of, Burgess couldn't quite get his palm on it, just kind of wrapped around the heel of his hand and all the way out of bounds.
Well, you got to get 2 hands on the ball and 2 feet on the floor, and a tough break there for Burgess as he wasn't able to hold on to that one.
Dox will get the inbound. Switched off. Dox wide open. Can't flush the 3 as Purdue gets away with a miscommunication, but Charity offensive rebound. Now Gunter kicking out. Alderink. Benter guarding, picks up his dribble. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Dox for 3. No good. Nearly an offensive rebound for Dunn, but Burgess pulled it down.
Well, and the Boilermakers struggle on that trip down, boxing out and getting a rebound, and that's going to be a talking point as Burgess is able to finish that one off. But a talking point for the Boilermakers moving forward is, even though we have a smaller lineup on the floor, we still got to put a body on somebody and box out and get a rebound.
Burgess, the 6'11 freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio, flushing that one down after getting the leverage inside. Charity, Alderink, now Gunter. The offense has kind of been running through him. And a foul will be on the floor called on Jack Benter.
Purdue foul number 14, Jack Benter, his first, 2-2.
And so a flurry of substitutions on for the Lakers.
In the game for GGS,
Everyone but Trayvon Gunter will come off the floor.
Marcus Reyes, 21, Davion Boulware, and number 30, Charles Turner.
So a inbound in the front court as Sam King will check in for Purdue, as Cam Heide will make way and Shamus Thompson will come on.
Yeah, Sam King, a fan favorite here in West Lafayette, the Columbus, Indiana native. 6 games last season, but also a Big Ten All-Academic team.
Thompson gives to Boulware. Wanted to pull the three, thought twice. Smith Jr. gets the screen from Thompson. Kick out for three. Gets it to fall. Charles Turner has been trying all night, and he got that one. Cox bringing up the floor. GVSU has not gone away from that full court press, and it's another foul on Trevor Smith Jr. and another 2 shots coming up for Purdue.
And Purdue will take it. That's what they are very good at. They're good at getting teams in trouble, in foul trouble. And again, looking up there at the stats, 21 of 24, 88% from the free throw line tonight.
Free throw attempts 25 and 26 on their way as Cox hits the first.
And that's how Purdue's able to beat teams. I mean, again, very talented, a lot of talent up and down the floor for the Purdue Boilermakers, but the deficiency in free throws attempted and free throws made, something that Purdue has continued to be a staple of their offense in the way that they are able to score points.
Cox flushes the second, so 2 for 2 from the line. Now Davion Boulware stolen away by Cox. Cox gonna look to hit it in. Boulware with a big rejection. It appeared that he landed right on his wrist when he came down from that. That was a scary fall.
Yeah, that's ouch, man. Tough guy in Boulware, but
look at the upcoming schedule for the Purdue Boilermakers. They take on Texas A&M Corpus Christi in their first official regular season game, then Northern Kentucky, Yale, and then Alabama ranked number 2. Then they go away to Marquette.
And November 15th and November 19th are going to be huge games. As you said, number 2 Alabama and Marquette. This one actually up in Milwaukee against the Marquette Golden Eagles.
And then the Lakers' upcoming schedule, they play Walsh, Ashland, then they play away games against Lewis, Malone, and then November 27th will be against Hillsdale at 3 p.m. So a lot of non-conference play incoming as Purdue gets a lot of new faces in, as that one was missed by number 9, Jack Lusk. And GVSU can't get it to go, and nearly a jump ball caused by King. And finally, the jump ball is called. Should have probably been called about 3 seconds ago, but it has been called, and it will stay in the direction of the Lakers.
Yeah, Shamus Thompson in the middle of some trees there and just trying to figure it out, call a timeout, something.
So Purdue's lineup on the floor right now is Aaron Fine, Sam King, Jack Lusk, Josh First, and Jace Rail. And a foul is called on Jace Rail.
And this is a great opportunity for some guys to get off the bench and get some time on the floor. And 3 minutes and 32 seconds to go. The Boilers with a significant lead, and now you get some younger guys, some experience, and some guys that don't normally see some playing time getting to play in front of their families.
Trevor Smith Jr. looking to drive. It was poked free, but he got it back. Davion Boulware for 3. No good off back iron. and the Lakers couldn't rebound it, and it'll go the way of Purdue. As a new sub will come in for the Lakers, it's Tom McNellis, who will get his first minutes of the game in this one.
Well, you can bet, though, that the expectation does not change. Matt Painter going down to the end of the bench, but the expectation of what is required and what is needed does not change, and we'll see how these players respond.
Nearly intercepted by Thompson. Now Josh First. Back to Fine.
Jace Rail, the number 32, a favorite walk-on here amongst the Boiler faithful. They got excited when he got the ball, an opportunity to try to get that first basket.
Fine can't hit from 2, and rebound Lakers. Now Smith Jr. gives to McNellis. Now Boulware. Back with Smith Jr. Offense has been running through him. For 3, McNellis, no good, rebounded by Fine. King, rejected by Thompson. Got it back, Thompson looking to drive it home, no good, rebound, still no good. Boulware can't put it back, and Purdue somehow comes away from that without giving up any points.
What a wild series of events, a couple of attempts at a putback dunk, and the Boilers kept with it and got the ball back.
A bizarre sequence of events as Fine drives to the lane and hits the 2 with the right-handed finish.
Yeah, Fine into the land of trees as well. He's able to find the glass and find his first basket.
Boulware against Josh First, the younger brother of Caleb. And the 2 from Gray, no good. Offensive rebound. Smith Jr. looking to push. Gives back to Boulware for 3. No good. Just tumbling into the ball was McNellis and Lusk. They ended up colliding. It seems that they're both okay.
I don't know how. That's a tough break there as Tom McNellis came diving in head first, and he ate a knee from Lusk, but thankfully Lusk wasn't injured any further, because as you see that, and they're gonna stop it here.
Yeah, McNellis has an open wound right by his eye, and that will cause him to sub out of the game in favor of Charles Turner.
Well, I mean, the nice thing is they're not wearing their home whites, so they were easier to cover up, but I mean, he took a shot there diving in for that ball down there from the knee of Lusk.
Yeah, McNellis was not happy to get checked out there the few minutes that he's got this game. Just wanting to get out there for the Lakers. As Fine will look. Lusk kind of squirted out of his hands. Now Josh First. Lusk in the corner. Back to Fine. Fine for 3. Got it! Downtown Aaron Fine. 5 points, 2 rebounds in his short time in the game.
Almost got a steal there. Nice job by Grand Valley State to get it back, and Trevor Smith.
Wide open is Turner. Can't hit off right iron. Rebound King. 40 seconds to go, 99-41 Lakers. The crowd urging Purdue to score just 1 more point.
Looks like Caleb First is over there pointing at Jace Rail, trying to get Rail a shot. They're going to have to take a shot with only 13 seconds left.
Fine tried to feed it inside to King. Off the leg of King, and it will be Laker basketball. Shot clock turns off. 24.4 left in the game. And the Boo Birds come out for the referees.
The crowds like seeing 100 points. There's just something about scoring triple digits. And they wanted to see it tonight, but they're going to be denied, and now getting to, for the first time this season, let the team know whose house this is.
Stolen away by Fine. Tried to give to Rail, but it was a poor pass, and Shamus Thompson will just dribble out the clock. But in the final exhibition game for both of these teams, the final score, 99-41. Purdue improves to 30-0 at home.